Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of FatherJohnBlog.org. It's been a long time since I put out a blog, but here this one is, and I hope that y'all can enjoy it. And it's on Mother's Day, so I'm dedicating this one to my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. For the record, thank you for being my mom on Mother's Day. And there's a whole bunch of things I have on a list that I wrote down that I want to thank you for. First of all, I want to thank you for the use of chopsticks. You taught me how to use chopsticks. I remember going to Hawaii and we went to get the little tiny plastic rice bowl and then the little tiny chopstick things. Oh, those are very cool. I think you still have those. Very cool. I want to thank you also for getting me to eat musubi when I was in second grade. I know that only lasted like one day, little rice balls with a seaweed. My favorite food, but the other kids didn't like it very much. But I had that in college. I went to pick up my rice balls back in college, so those are really cool. Also, you gave me my keen fashion sense. Or maybe I was reacting against the fashion sense. I don't know. But remember, like one time in 5th grade, we were learning how to do folk dancing, American folk dancing, and we had to do the do-si-do. And then I was kind of chubby at that time, and I didn't want to get the husky pants, and I did the do-si-do, and I went down, and then the pants ripped up my butt. And then you had to go to Mr. Raffo. Remember that? And then you guys were laughing all the whole time, and I was kind of crying because I was like feeling bad about not getting husky pants. Well, you taught me to be okay with being husky, being chubby, and so that you would go to the store to Penny's and the Sears rather, to the big husky size, and you get the husky pants, and you'd hold those pants really high up and said, "See, John, these aren't so bad. They'll fit you." And then I saw another mother do the same thing in the aisle over for her other chubby son, and both the chubby kid and I, we both had our heads down like this because we were kind of embarrassed by that. But thank you for being a mom and doing that. And also for not stopping to be a mom. I remember that you were a mom when I was, I guess it was just a few years ago. I was 40 years old, and we went to go shopping at Costco. And you yelled out, "John, don't go too far or you'll get lost." I was 40. It was a crowded shopping center at Costco. But I didn't get lost, so I still listened to you, even though it was around corduroy pants. I thought it was kind of funny. I want to thank you also for going to the museum. You took us to the museum a lot. We went to the old Young Museum, the National Museum. We used to, take old bread and we used to put that in the pond and give those to the ducks. That was very cool. You took us to a library about every week. We always checked out library books, and I didn't realize that was a big. That was a huge thing. You took us to do libraries, and that was really cool. And you taught us how to learn and to think about a bunch of things. You took us to all the presidential libraries from here to New York. I thought it was very cool that we would stop and never see those things. That was really neat. Music camp, music. I want to thank you for the gift of music. You went to every single crazy concert. Even though the concerts weren't so good, you went to all the concerts, and that meant a lot to me. I know Dad was working or was away, and he couldn't be there. And you were also a band booster. You raised money and you went on field trips. I didn't know that you wanted to go on the field trips because all your friends were other band boosters, and you guys went gambling at the Reno Jazz Festival. I thought the motivation was for us, but maybe it still was. But you had good fun doing that. Thank you also for making the peanut butter and honey sandwiches in high school for the swim team. I remember that you would do a lot of that stuff. At 6 o'clock in the morning we had practice, and right after practice we had to have sandwiches, peanut butter and honey sandwiches after practice. And then the funding left our school. We had no fun. The music or the swim team, we never got really any kind of field trips. We never got the buses, so the moms had to drive us. And thank you for driving all the kids on the swim team with me on a few of those things. Yes. embarrassing moments for me. I know Dad taught me how to drive, sort of. I remember he took us down to the to Tanforan Shopping Center when they're still building it around there, and we go to the parking lot. We don't learn how to drive, or Dad would take us there. He'd yell at me and use all sorts of language. And I remember calling my brother and I. We called up the house saying, "Hey, can I pick us up? His dad's being mean." And you said, "No, forget it. Stay there. Tough it out. You need to learn how to drive," and you wouldn't come and pick us up. So we still were terrorized by Dad teaching me how to drive. And I was so actually psychologically damaged, I couldn't pass my driving test the first and second time. Knowing that there was only 3 times you came to my rescue, you made me take driver's lessons, but you were very nice. You didn't make the driver's, the teacher to come and pick me up at the house. You had the driver come and pick me up at the bowling alley. So we drove to the bowling alley, I think Westmont Bowling Alley by Colma. We parked there so no one would see me get the driver's license. And so we had some Israeli guy that taught me how to drive. That was really cool. That was funny. Well, kind of funny. I was kind of traumatized. I'm now talking about it publicly, but I never did before. And, oh yeah, Obake stories, all the ghost stories from Hawaii. Those are very cool. I like the stories about, the light, the weird thing walking through the cemeteries and seeing lightning with you and Auntie Susie. Very cool. I thought that was really neat. And lastly, all you would think about it, I want to thank you for faith, which is the most important thing for me. I remember asking you, about angels and where does God live and all that sort of stuff. And I don't remember the specific question about angels, but you remember it as I was asking how do angels go to the bathroom because they have these big robes. I don't remember asking that question. I still don't know how they go to the bathroom, if they even do. But I do remember asking you about where does God live. And that was really cool. Because you said, God lives in here, and that was really neat. And I've kept that as a good gift. So God lives in you and here, and that's where you talk to God. And I thought that was really, really a great gift. So I'm going to thank you for all those things. A lot of good, fun memories, so thank you. And happy Mother's Day.